Consistency is the key, and that applies to game art as well. Consistency across all game visuals ensures that the game world feels unified and professional. Without a consistent visual style, players may find the experience disjointed or confusing. Hi there! In this video, we are going to learn how to maintain consistency across visuals. In this subsection, we are going to make sure that everyone on your team can make the artworks that fit perfectly into your harmony without breaking everything. You ready to teach them? Let's begin. 1. Establishing a clear art style. A well-established style lays the foundation for cohesive visual experience and sets clear expectations for the development team. It ensures all visual elements, from characters to backgrounds, work together seamlessly, helping prevent confusion and reduce rework. This includes choosing a distinct color palette that complements the game's atmosphere and setting, determining line weights, shading styles, and texture details that will be consistently applied. Establishing clear guidelines for character, object, and environment design to maintain stylistic harmony. Defining stylistic choices for animations and effects, ensuring that even movement and transitions align with the game's art style. 2. Using a style guide. A style guide serves as a reference to ensure consistency among different assets. It acts as a blueprint for the entire visual design process, providing artists with clear instructions to follow throughout production. It includes color codes and palettes to maintain harmony across environments, characters, and UI elements, brush settings, stroke styles, and line thickness for uniformity in line art and inking, shading techniques and lighting direction to create a cohesive and immersive look, proportions and scaling rules to maintain visual balance and prevent inconsistencies in size relationships, guidelines for rendering effects such as glow, shadows, and highlights to ensure they are applied consistently across different elements, font styles, and UI design principles for text-based elements, ensuring menus, buttons, and dialog box fit the overall aesthetic. 3. Maintaining consistent colors and lighting. Color and lighting play a crucial role in visual cohesion. They define the mood, atmosphere of the game, and help guide player focus on reinforce the overall aesthetic. Using chosen palettes and uniform lighting techniques ensures that scenes flow together seamlessly. Strategies include using a fixed color scheme for key elements like characters, UI, and backgrounds to create a uniform look, applying consistent lighting source, and shadowing techniques to avoid mismatches in different scenes. Ensuring that shading styles remain uniform across different objects and environments, whether using cel shading, gradient shading, or soft shading. Using contrast and saturation consistently to define the mood of different areas while still keeping assets visually connected. Testing assets under different lighting conditions to ensure they look appropriate and integrate well with the game world. 4. Uniform asset scaling and proportions. Define standard sizes, use measurement guides, and check dimensions regularly. Consistent camera angles and perspectives prevent distortion. This attention proportions helps maintain depth, balance, and believability, keeping players immersed. It includes standardizing character and object sizes relative to the game world and player interactions, creating templates and measurement guides for commonly used assets to ensure proportional accuracy, checking asset dimensions regularly to avoid mismatched visual elements that could disrupt the player's perception of depth and space, keeping consistency in camera perspectives and angles to ensure characters and objects don't appear distorted, maintaining a balance between foreground, midground, and background elements to ensure a proper sense of depth, testing how textures interact with lighting and shading to ensure they remain visually coherent in different scenarios. 5. Standardizing tools and applications. Standardized tools and applications ensures a consistent workflow across all visual assets. Having every artist use the same software, settings, and asset management tools helps prevent inconsistency and streamline collaboration. Clear guidelines for tool usage improve efficiency and keep the production pipeline organized. Best practice include establishing a set of approved design tools such as Photoshop, Illustrator, or specialized game art programs to ensure compatibility. Using shared templates, brush, and asset libraries to maintain uniformity across different elements. Setting clear export and resolution standards to prevent discrepancies in texture or scaling. encouraging version control systems to manage asset revisions and prevent accidental inconsistencies. 6. Regular reviews and adjustments. Consistency requires ongoing evaluation and refinement throughout the development process. This means regularly reviewing visual assets, comparing them with established guidelines, and making necessary adjustments to maintain cohesion. It includes comparing new assets with existing ones to identify inconsistency early before they become more difficult to fix, conducting team reviews and feedback sessions to ensure all artists adhere to style guidelines, and refine work accordingly, making necessary adjustments to assets before finalizing them for implementation, preventing the need for extensive revisions later. Keeping an updated visual reference board to track all assets and ensure they align with the established art style. Testing assets in the game engine to see how they function together in the actual game environment. Finally, we have reached the peak mountain of game art. You have perfected your artworks and your team can make theirs too without breaking the harmony. And not just that, all the guidelines that were made can be used as a reference for future projects. However, you should never settle. Try different styles, shapes, techniques, and make a whole different harmony on your future projects. Thanks for sticking with me, and I pray the best for you to become the greatest game artist. I'll see you sometime later on.